Time for a crypto market update, Monday, September 22nd, 2025. Would you say that you are confused by the crypto market? Particularly the price action, because I know it's probably what you're paying attention to over the last 24 hours or so. Stock prices, for example, are soaring as if the U.S. economy is bulletproof, but oil prices are falling as if we're going into a recession. Gold's rising as if we have a Federal Reserve cutting into inflation, and Bitcoin on the short time is falling as if the Fed didn't cut rates. And home prices are rising as if there's a lot more rates to come, and then you've got treasury yields that are rising as if stagflation has set in. So yeah, I don't blame you if you feel confused. I think what we're experiencing is illustrated on the graph behind me, which is basically the GDP or the nominal GDP cycle growth. We, here in the United States and thus globally, the United States GDP, gross domestic product, that's the output of an economy, has risen faster than any post-recessionary period in history since 2021, or 2020 really. Now, at first you might be like, well, that's a good statistic, right? Look at the scoreboard that, the U.S. economy being hot and, productive is good for everybody. But a lot of that's because of big-time monetary policy manipulation. And that rarely ends well for the middle class and the lower class. That's why it's so important to maintain perspective like smart money during times like this. Because these little windows of time where price action doesn't go the way you think it is actually a massive opportunity for wealthy spot buyers to become wealthier as other people are manipulated out of their positions. And it all comes back to uncertainty, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Because guess what smart money is doing as I make this video? Strategy, MicroStrategy, largest digital asset treasury in the world for Bitcoin, just bought 850 more Bitcoin while you're scared. And Metaplanet, the Japanese version of Strategy, also is buying 5,419 Bitcoin. CZ Binance, the former CEO of Binance, the largest central exchange on the planet, says dips are important for establishing support levels, which are like foundations of a house. And he's right, except the part that he doesn't tell you is that Binance and the other central exchanges across the world are responsible for this dip because they're trying to liquidate traders. That's right. If you look at Ethereum, I think this is the largest single-day long liquidation in history of Ethereum. That's a lot of money being taken from traders who are using leverage and given to the central exchanges that they're trading leverage on. And you'll have to go back into my other videos to see how market makers and prop trading firms and central exchanges choreograph these moves together to rig the game on low time frames so that you can't win when things seem so bullish. That is, as a day trader. If you're just a position investor, you're getting ready for one of the most lucrative opportunities that you've ever seen in crypto. If you thought Q4 of 2024 was fun, wait till you see Q4 of 2025. I thought this post was very telling and will show many beginning investors and beginning traders kind of the way of the world when it comes to digital assets. I'm just going to read it here or let you screenshot it. If you've been sidelined, believe this is a good opportunity to scale into high conviction tokens. If you're fully invested, just survive. Hold your spot positions and do not capitulate. Someone once said liquidations are a forced transfer of wealth from traders who need leverage to wealthy spot buyers. I was enjoying retirement from social media, but don't want to see my brothers get shaken out when the future is still so bright. Just remember, we're in a bull market here. Bull markets, when they see dips, they're opportunities. They're not the end, and this is not the top. Capitulation, top signals, none of that is flashing. As a matter of fact, sentiment is so low, it's impossible to have a top because there's no mania, there's no euphoria. If anything, there's disbelief or maybe just a glimmer of optimism. Stay buckled in and honor your strategy. And if you don't have a strategy, go to cryptoyall.com and I'll give you mine. Watch my 12-minute overview video. And if you like what you see, you can schedule a one-on-one video call with me. I call it the crypto flywheel method, and it gives you market cycle knowledge and crypto literacy skills so that you can create passive income with different DeFi strategies, that you can build equity with a strategic acquisition strategy that would come in handy today, and also a strategic profit-taking strategy that gets you into a position of leverage so that you can buy more cash flow and keep doing it the rest of your life. If you're still here and you're in it to win it, give me a number 2 in the comments. Share this with a friend who might be discouraged today. Like and follow for more.